Cheers, people. Oh, what an eventful night that was. I think I turned in around midnight or thereabouts, and absolutely went out like a light, which is expected. It's just been so full on at work, and it's just so nice to be out here. And I don't know, bloody phone. I have to turn it off. I don't know what it is, but I just woke up. I think it was 4:30, and as I turned over, God, it's daylight, and I looked up, and guess what? Yeah, the full moon shining big time. It just lit everything up. The forest floor was silver. It was just so nice. So I was just sitting there, looking at her for about, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. And I caught some of it on film, which you can see now. But unfortunately, you know what it's like trying to film the moon with just a basic camcorder. It's near on impossible, especially through the treetops. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But nonetheless, when you're seeing it with your naked eye, it's completely different. And yeah, it was brilliant. So, and I went back to sleep again, and you know, my watch woke me up at 0700 as always, and yeah, had a great sleep, really, really good. And this coffee is absolutely going down a treat, so awesome. So let's see what the day holds when I answer all these bloody messages. Well, this is lovely. The coffee went down a treat, as you do, and I thought breakfast. Now, trying something different. It's an all-day breakfast, but a veggie one. Kindly gifted to me by a lovely guy I met at the prepper meet with his beautiful girlfriend as well, and I'm looking forward to this because I don't think I've tried a vegetarian one before. So, yeah. I'm going to be doing it on the Hexi stove with the blocks because the gas bottles run out, which I anticipated anyway, so I just wanted to use it up. So, this is going to be different. Sorted. Well, she's cooked. I like that because it comes with its own tray. Look, awesome. Wow, the moment of truth. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm sorry about the motorbikes in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. But it just seems to be more and more these days. The noisy bastards. And all they want to do is just bomb up and down that road, and their great big loud engines just winds me up, you know. Because I just wanted some peace and quiet. Is that too much to ask? If I wanted that, I'd live in a city. God damn it. Anyway, look at that. This should be interesting. Oh, it's thoroughly cooked. That's good. Apparently, the sausages in these are supposed to be really good, so we'll see. My word. Wow, this is like eating meat again. I can't believe it. Oh. Wow. How do they do that? It's like Lincolnshire sausages, you know, the herby ones. Oh wow. Well, I've been using this quite extensively over the weekend, and I must say I'm really, really impressed, especially with the design of that back piece. When you're doing heavy chopping, that makes it almost impossible for that to fly out of your hand. It's just brilliant. I just really like it. If there was one criticism, and it's only a personal thing, was the width of the handle. If I had that probably about 5 millimeters, a bit thinner, it would be perfect for me. Because what I was finding, because I'm not as strong as I used to be, and it's quite a heavy blade, the swings all the time, it just made my hand ache, because it was just a bit big of a grip for me. But that's just a personal thing, you know. I mean, apparently I was speaking to Duncan, and because these are G10, you can actually file them down to make them smaller if you like. So it's definitely food for thought. The sheath is just excellent. Can't fault the sheath at all. It's just great, and there's so many mounting options as well. It's just I just love it. And the blade itself is razor sharp. It seriously is. It's done an excellent job on that. Yeah, really impressed. Well, the tactical bushcrafter is I've really enjoyed using as well, and mainly because of the weight. It's so light. It really is no effort at all. Again, it's just a personal thing, the handle, but you know, that's just nothing at all really, because everyone's different. I do like that idea as well. That is excellent. And also because of the holes in there, if it gets submerged or whatever, that's going to dry pretty quick. And that was actually dangling around in the stream when I was filming yesterday, and yep, it's perfect. It's really done an excellent job. Obviously the camouflage can be ordered whatever you want. This was just happened to be available, and I'm just giving it a trial to see how I think, and if I like it, then I'm gonna buy one, because I'm in love with it. It's brilliant. Yeah, awesome. The profile on that blade is perfect. It's so easy to carve, and again, you know, the handle is just super comfy. I'm not sure if these ever become available, they will have all that logo on there. I'm not sure. Probably not. I think this was just a test. But look at the swedge profile, where it starts there, and the other side, it starts up there. Yeah. So that is pretty much designed to be a fighting knife and a bushcraft stroke survival knife. So you're pretty much looking for an all-in-one, which is the impossible, I know, but I do get a buzz when people give it a try, you know. And the weight of it, it's really cool. I love it. I really love it. I can see myself buying one of these. It doesn't weigh anything. You can carry that long distances and you'd hardly know you've got a knife on you. Awesome. Well, that breakfast was lovely. It's definitely filled the spot. And because this sort of, I don't know, new realisation in my food journey, to coin a better phrase, I'm sort of thinking quite long term about it too. I brought loads of food out as I used to, and I haven't eaten half of it. What I've come to realise is recently I've been very slowly, and it's very important, it's very slowly cutting back my portion sizes. I mean, I used to eat like a horse, big time, and because I believe I'm eating the correct food for me, I'm not really going hungry. If I do get a little bit hungry in between meals, I'll just have more water, which is always a good thing, and it's working great. And that got me thinking, you know, when I was looking at that fire last night, and you tend to sort of think and wander off into all sorts of things, and if, God forbid, this shit ever did hit the fan, and your body is used to consuming less calories, not having to rely on any meat, I can just see it being a better option. How I see it, we're talking long term now. You know, you can only store X amount of food, and a lot of it's going to be tinned obviously, but eventually, we're talking long term, they will run out. There won't be any spam, there won't be any bacon grill, there won't be any stews or whatever. There'll only be food that's walking on legs. And you can imagine, you know, the amount of people in the UK all run out of meat, and they're going out of their way to find meat to live, and they'll probably kill everything, and once that's all gone, then what? So I know it sounds a bit morbid, but it's a serious talk now. I'm sort of training my body into being ready for that. So it's not going to be too much of a shock. It's not going to be too much of a massive discord if and when such a scenario ever happens. So for me, that's a bonus. That wasn't the reason why I've done it, but that is a bonus when we're talking real long term, if anything bad ever happened. So it's all good in my eyes. Oh, look at that, and the sun's coming out. That's cool. So yeah, I don't want to bang on about it. I don't want this video to be taken over by what I'm eating. All right, I just wanted to get away and chillax because work's just been mental busy. And a lot of you guys have been asking, when's your next overnight, blah blah blah. So I thought, right, that's it, jog on and do it. And yeah, I'm glad I did, because man, I feel so relaxed. It really is awesome. So I think I shall go over a few kit items now, and slowly start squaring away and make my way home. Just an old tip, if anyone's interested, packing your Birkin back, make sure it's nice and clean and empty. You put your roll mat in there, and you just keep turning it so it fills out as much as you can, giving you the biggest space possible. And so in my opinion, it just makes it so much more convenient. You can get as much in there as possible, and you're not getting sharp objects sticking out here, there and everywhere. What this will do is it will protect all of your gear contents. If you have got any not even sharp but something quite angular objects in your kit and you haven't got any protection, what will happen if you've got a poorer material, it will wear the material. Eventually it will fray, come through, get a hole, get a water in, etc. So this idea I think is awesome. A foam roll mat. This one happens to be, it's either Swiss or Italian, I'm not sure, but it's pretty good. I haven't had it that long, so I can't really sort of recommend it to its wearability, but that's the basic idea anyway. You do that, sleep system goes in, it's all protected, and works very well. Of course it's lightweight too, which is awesome. Of course you get your sleeping bag all compressed, just goes straight in, giving you loads of room to put the rest of your gear in. Now usually I will put anything that goes in my middle compartment is going to be sleeping shelter. If you can get any more in there, then by all means do so, but it's usually the stuff at the bottom comes out last, the stuff at the top comes out first. That's just a quick rule of thumb. If you're in bad conditions and you need to get shelter up quick, you haven't got to go through all of your kit and get it all out and get it wet and mucky and horrible. It's a tried and tested technique, and it's used by armed forces all around the world, so why wouldn't it work? It works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you too. Now the shelter is going to go on top of your Birkin. So what we've done is quick release. It's nice and easy to come undone here. Also, make it a general rule of thumb to count your tent pegs as well, because they can get forgotten, and always double check that you've got the right amount with. Also, before, if you've got time, you square away, double check your Basha to see if there's any damage. Unfortunately, the winds proved a little too strong last night. We did have
I think it was just over 60-mile-an-hour gusts, so that's going to require a repair. It's not a good idea to just pack that away and forget about it, because one day if you really need it, that could cause serious problems. So we're going to have to look into that. These are designed for the jungle ideally, so they're not really made for, you know, UK strong winds. But a lesson learned, and I thought I'd point it out because I'm just trying to make you guys aware that please don't skimp inspecting the kit, okay? Because as I said, if you really need it one day, you could be in big trouble if you don't. Right, we've got the Basha all folded up. Now what I wanted to do is to get the damaged end uppermost, so when I unpack it, I can get to it straight away rather than unpack the whole thing, because it's quite a size. Incidentally, I know people are going to be asking about this. All I can say is the information that I have is on the screen there. So if you can do some sort of research to find out what they're actually called or the rest of it. Obviously you've got the crow's foot there, so that's manufactured for UK forces, 99 being the NATO stock number, area code for United Kingdom 2. So it's definitely British. Some people are saying it's Australian, but I'm not sure. So if anyone's got any information about this, can you put it in the comments below, because I just know people will ask. Cheers. And obviously you've got your tent pegs as well, or Basha pegs. You just push that down as far as you can, and then you've got your Basha or your shelter sheet. Once that's in there, it's just a case of pushing it all down. And tightening it all up. That's it. Okay, this is a tip for the guys who have never done this before, and it's a taboo subject, but we're talking taking a dump. Okay, very basic, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can store this in any pouch, bag, box, it doesn't matter, but always make sure that you have it with you when you go wild camping. Alright, first things first, mosquito repellents or insect wipes. I find wipes a lot easier. Okay, the bottom line is you find a suitable location well away from camp and water source, drop your trolleys, give your exit area, shall we say, a thoroughly good wipe with this. Now this comes from experience. I remember not doing this before, doing my business, and when I got home I had to bite the size of a squash ball on my backside, and it wasn't pleasant. So from that moment on I use insect repellent wipes. It just keeps all of the nasties away, because believe you me, when you're down there doing your business, flies from a mile will appear in seconds, and if you're sorts having a go at you. So a good bit of tip there. Obviously disposable toilet tissues, that sort of size pack is going to be fine for 24 hours, right? You can get these from little cheap pound stores. They're very good actually. It's just a tiny little shovel. You haven't got to go too crazy and get yourself a great big thing. Something like that will be fine, okay? And obviously it packs down so small you don't even realise you're carrying it. And mostly important, to save the best till last, is hand sanitizer. Always, always, always wash your hands after, okay? Now if you don't, it's very easy to pick your teeth, scratch your eye, or whatever, something in your mouth or your ear, and you can get a major infection. And if you're away for some long amount of time from anyone else, you could be in serious problems. So just basic little things like this is worth its weight, so please carry it in your kit. Well, just a little report back on this reflective sheet that we used in the beginning of the video. Now I'll give it a thorough look over, and there's not one puncher. That's pretty remarkable, to be honest. I know these are cheap, they're well under £10, maybe even £5. And I've had one, same sort of design, same sort of price, but it didn't feel as strong as this. And one night, and that shredded. It was useless, it had to go in the bin. But I can see, wind's kicking up again, I can see these having more than one use, put it that way. How much longer? Only time will tell. But what I'll endeavour to do is to use it on every time I do a camp out, and give you a progress report on this. Now, from what I know, they're available from a store in the UK called Aldi, or Aldi, however you want to pronounce it, and recommended by my friend Paul, Neanderthal 62 Outdoors. And I'll tell you what, Paul, thanks for that, mate. That's awesome. Now, look, there's an info tag, look. So, thumbs up from me, that's all good. Right, so what you're looking at now is the Bergen without the rocket pouches on the side. When you buy these, you get it like this, and also you don't get the free pouches on the front. They don't come with it either. So what you're left with is a very basic 45 litre patrol bag in a sense. I'm quite impressed with it, to be honest. I was sceptical at first, I'll be honest, but it's growing on me. You know, the more I use it, the more it just keeps coming back for more, and it's been thrown around in the wagon, etc. It's not a problem, and it's been out in the rain, it's been all over the dirt, and it's been in haunted caves and everything. What I mentioned earlier, when I had the great big parang, it was sat in there, tightened there, and tightened there, and just comes at the top. It's not the ultimate secure way of travel, but just for a quick 24 hours low skirmish rating, it's fine. It's done the job just right. So obviously you've got the zips there, you put the rocket pouches on. Now I believe that the PLCE pouches will fit onto that as well, which is a big bonus. The straps, they're quite comfortable actually. What I do like about these is they're rounded on the end. Now my Berghaus Centurio day sack, that's got very square shoulders, and the foam is high density, and it's very uncomfortable if you're wearing just a t-shirt. But that is pretty cool, and also it's mesh lined. It's really comfortable, and when I do my camps, just as a little tip, I always clip my EDC keys onto the Bergen, whatever Bergen it is. Always do it. There's nothing worse than packing up, can't find your keys, and you're stuck. And that's pretty much it. How I carry my keys is a quick release on there, straight on and off, and that just gives me my tactical glow square with my door key and my car key, and obviously the tritium as well. So anywhere in the dark, I always know where it is. And the reason I take this off of the main bunch, because the main bunch is heavy, and what I didn't want to do is to have that in my ignition in my car and all of that weight hanging off of it. It's not good practice. So I've done a nice little lightweight option, which is just this. It clips on and clips off, very easy, and it works for me. So that's a little tip if anyone's doing this sort of thing for the first time. Always clip your keys to your pack, because packs are quite big and they're hard to lose, and if you lose that and your keys, well, it's your own fault. And this is what we talked about earlier. This is the Disciple side rocket pouch. Now I was very close to getting, I can't remember, I think it was one of them Carrymore ones, with all of the Gucci looking little flaps and pouches all on the side. But the reason I decided not to get that is because the top was too exposed. I can just see all my contents getting soaking wet on breath and etc. So I was looking for one with a sewn in gaiter, and this is what I found. It's excellent. I really do like this because it's just extra security for your kit. It's all in there, and it will keep out a lot of the elements. This is all waterproof, by the way. And you just got your main fastener on the front there. It's nice and quick and simple. And if you really had to, you've got these loops here. That's to attach foliage and camouflage to break up your outline. All right, that's what they're there for. You've got a little drain hole in the bottom. Obviously with the zips on the side, it just goes to any Bergen, and you can clip onto a yoke as well. So for me, that was pretty cool. And I bought this myself, by the way. I'm not being paid on these guys, I think, but that's the company who make them. And unfortunately, they didn't do MTP. They just done multicam, which is different than that, obviously. You can tell the difference. Just this one's darker than that. All right. So what we do is we just zip that onto there and clip the clips on, and it just secures everything nice and easy. Some of you are probably realising what all this tape is. Now back in the day, they just call it sniper tape. It's just a non-reflective tape which you can reuse over and over again. and it's very, very sticky, and it's hard wearing, and it just stops all of your straps just dangling and flapping around everywhere, because going through the forest, especially when it's dense, deep forest, it's not a good idea to have loads of stuff hanging around everywhere. The chances are it will get caught, especially on holly, etc., and you're going to be forever getting caught up, snagged, and God forbid if you're on a run from whatever, the last thing you want is to keep getting slowed down and caught up. So that's the reason why all of these are taped up. We don't want stuffing. Everything is taped up. We don't want it all flopping around, alright? And it's quite straightforward really. These sorts of zips, they've been used by the British Army on their smocks for years now, and they're just so quick and simple, which is what you want. You don't want to be taking your time, it's got to be simple. So all you do is, once you've got the zips on the bottom, they just pull up nice and easy. And once they're on there, obviously you just fasten your clips on the top and the bottom, and that is it. Nice and simple. Right, here we go, that's the bottom, 2 clips. What can be simpler? That's it. Right, that's it. We're all packed up. The rubbish is in a carrier bag there, which you always take carrier bags with if you can. We're not out of the woods yet, so to speak, because look at that area. It stands up like a sore thumb, doesn't it? So we're going to tidy all that up. But first, it's the fire pit. Now, we do not ever want to see stuff like that, so that's got to be cleared up. So let's get that done. Right, apologise if there's any wind noise, there's not much I can do. First thing we do is just have a general heat check. And you physically touch this. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty, it doesn't matter. You're in the field now, I don't care. That's good. This one, completely cold, spot on. Now this, I always do a firm, make sure, and then you physically touch it, alright? If you can't do this, you need water, or you need soil, or sand, alright? That's fine, that's not a problem at all. That's nice and, that's completely cold, which is excellent. Any rubbish like that you take out, you can't bury anything, alright? It's not good for the soil, so that's just organic materials in there, not a problem at all. Now what we do is we just backfill it with what we dug out before. That's one of the reasons why I like to just pile it up in one pile. The second you start putting little piles all around the edges, for some reason, I don't know what happens, but some seems to vanish, and when you cover it up, it never seems to be enough again. So, we make sure that that's alright. All these little things, they could get grown again. You never know. Give them a fighting chance. Or if your roots, we just chuck that back in there, that's going to break down anyway. And be good for the soil. And we don't want to leave no trace at all. The amount of people who scrimp when they do this, it drives me nuts. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm trying to encourage you. It's a big difference, right? I don't do preaching. I encourage and inspire, that's what I've been told anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Now that, to me, is good enough. Any bits of rubbish, we keep it to one side. Alright. Right, that's good enough for me. Now all we're going to do now is we're just going to cover the whole area with leaf litter once we've got rid of any remnants like this. These, there's not much you can do about this. What I tend to do is just to try and find a bush or some grown in area and just hide them away. Eventually that will rot down. Okay, don't just leave them on the floor because it looks obvious what's been going on. You just hide these out of the way. Guess what? Our little friends turned up again. Aww. I think it's a mallard, I think it's male. I could be wrong. As you probably guessed, I was born and raised in the city. I wasn't a country boy. But, you know, I try my bit now and again. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's all look at the duck's arse. Very tame, to come this close and not be perturbed at all. Wow, it's great. I've seen all sorts out here: fox, deer, a rat or a mouse. We can't confirm what we saw a few years ago with the big torch. Ducks. I've heard badgers, but I've never seen one. That'll have to be a nighttime stealth walk, I think, to get something like that, especially on camera, because they're nocturnal, obviously. But, now it's just going about its business, or she is. This would be beautiful without the noise of them past the motorbikes, wouldn't it? You can't win them all. That's the price of living near a city, I guess. You can't escape it these days. No, he's not interested in me at all. Right, as much as we'd like to watch this guy go about its business, I've got some bad news. Right, I've just spent over 20 minutes now going over this area, and I don't know, probably covered about 30 square metres, give or take. And I found all of this. None of it is mine. I've got no idea how long it's been there. These, I should imagine, are quite recent because they're nice and clean looking. And I'm judging by that it's a female involved, unless some guys like to wear hearts on their insoles these days. What I want from you guys, anyone who does detective work. Now I know Rob, RDP Projects in Australia, is keen on looking into things. I'm trying to build up a profile of the sort of people we're dealing with here. The worst thing, apart from all of this, was this. And that is a small piece that I found. There's many others. I've put them in a bag over there at the way, but I just wanted to show you that. Now this was everywhere. And that's what hurts me the most. Physically and mentally, I guess. If I'm being honest, you know, we camp in an environment which belongs to nature and the animals. Now, what I don't like to see is any harm done to animals. I love them all, and especially finding glass on the floor. You get a deer walk on that, cuts itself. You know, the deer just can't go to hospital like we can and get it fixed. Now, the chances are, as old Roach said, you know, you get sick in the wilderness, you stay sick, and it's like that for animals. Any of these animals get injured with any of this stuff, it's just down to the idiot who left it, and a battery as well. I mean, you don't want that leaking into the soil. It's just bloody heartbreaking, to be honest. So, if anyone can have any clues of what we're dealing with here, obviously they smoke. And they're very careless about leaving loads of these around. So my guesses are they might have had a few drinks. We found this, and I think black is king goblin, which is what I like to drink. So I'm not sure if someone's seen my videos and just come here and taken the piss. I really don't know. I could be wrong. Obviously, I should imagine we're looking at younger people. I mean, I don't know many older people to drink crap like this. I may be wrong. I don't drink it. Deodorant, it's half full. That was stashed away in a holly tree. So I guess they plan to come back again and use it. So they're going to have a shock when they come back and find it all gone. A Lucasade bottle they tried to sort of destroy and cover up. Obviously we know they go to Tesco's with all of the firelighting stuff. They use Summit, which I believe is a Tesco's brand or a cheap brand. So we're looking at people who haven't got a lot of money, I'm guessing aren't that old, male and female involved, who likes to drink hobgoblin and they smoke. Little pieces of an old, probably a little cheapo tent or something. No bloody respect whatsoever. And you know, I've spent 20 minutes clearing all this up. I'm going to spend 10 minutes talking to you guys about this. So it's half an hour I'm not spending with my grandchildren today, which upsets me a little because I don't see them as much as I'd like, you know. So I just thought I'd point it out. I'm sorry to end this cool video on a bit of a sour note, but it just seems to be more and more common these days. And if anyone who does this sort of thing and records it on YouTube or Instagram, please can you share the message of true leave no trace, okay? Not just leave a few little bits and kick dirt over it and leave it. We're talking properly clear up the place, right? Just respect your environment. I'm big on that. So I thought I'd mention that, guys. Let's carry on with the leave no trace. I've got to pack this up and take it home now. Well, that's it. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry it ended a bit of a sour note, but you know, it's not until you look closely at nature you learn a lot of things. Albert Einstein said that. There's some truth in that, actually, what we just seen, haven't we? So anyway, we don't want to end on a sour note, do we? I hope this has helped any of you guys, inspired even, and a nice time watching it. I mean, I know I've had a ball out here. I would like to spend more time, if I could, to live and learn out here, you know. Just really, really enjoy it, and I hope this helped. So that's pretty much it from me regarding the end of this video. And all I've got to say is don't forget to go on and get it trained, get it done, and we'll see you next time here in England. Stay funky.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe.